Welcome to Change Pace Poetry number 40. My name is Leland Jamieson. I'll be reading today from In Vitro, New Short Rhyming Poems, Post 9/11, and I'll read just one poem this morning. It's called Escalator Up to Boys and Men's. The setting for this is Birdine's Department Store, Miami, Florida. The time is midsummer. His mother's dearest friend, who's Mrs. Hughes, looks down at him and says, "We'll buy new shoes." She quickly clasps his hands in hers. They pour through Birdine's brass-framed, glass revolving door and wedge themselves into a stare at Penn's, the escalator up to Boys and Men's. New sneaks and lunch will chase your blues away. Lunch, with his breakfast, eggs like lumps of clay, squeezed on the skinny tread against the baseboard crack as it slips by. There is no place to stand that does not drag his right foot sneak. He feels the tug and hears it rub, squeak, squeak. They rise and rise, their tread now fifth beneath boy's level. There he eyes bright knife-like teeth gobbling the treads between the ceiling and the floor. His right foot twists and dives. He can't ignore it, captured by the vice-like baseboard crack. An ambush on his toes and foot. Attack! He tries to pry it free with all his might, but it is clear the crack has lots of spite. It brings his foot. It pops his knee. A flash. Those teeth, they'll slice and chomp him up like hash. Wild terror paralyzes him. It seems his lungs collapse. He'll suffocate. He screams. Bellowing, Mrs. Hughes yells, "Help us, help!" The knife-like teeth gnash on by squeal and yelp and burp bad breath like smoke from burning shoes. How many kids minding their P's and Q's has it sliced up and munched down for its lunch? "I'll knock its teeth out with a mighty punch." It stops. He clings to the rail with both arms. His legs twitch. Mrs. Hughes, her bracelet charms all tinkling, hugs him. She smells bitter-sweet. 3 ladies and a balding man compete, untying his torn sneakers snarled up knot. They smell like jasmine blossoms, the whole lot. Baldy says, "Easy now." He pulls. Hooray! They gently peel his cotton sock away. He sees his piggies. They are red and blue. Baldy asks, "Can you wiggle 1 or 2? Now, can you wiggle all those toes?" He can. "And can you take a step or 2, young man?" Both hands are leaden, shaking still with fear. His legs, like jiggly jello, quake so queer. He limps across the rug on blue, bruised toes, scuffing the sneak still on in to and fro's. He spots the jasmine ladies cheek to cheek, still wrestling with the escalator sneak. Now Baldy fits new sneaks. To see his bones, he x-rays them. He speaks in undertones. His smile seems weird beneath odd darting eyes. For you, they're free. From Birdine's store, he sighs. Baldy speaks to Mrs. Hughes in her ear. Her voice is dropping. It's too soft to hear. But wait, he just makes out her throaty yelp. She's saying, "I had hoped new shoes would help him get over it." So much for plans. She takes in both her hands that Baldy man's. Then one by one each Jasmine lady's hand, now his, and says, "Shall we eat lunch as planned?" His jiggly jello muscles crash and melt. Not hungry, he nods yes. He tugs his belt. She's now his lifeline. He won't eat, just sit, while Mother in Oklahoma stays a bit. 2 weeks at most, Mrs. Hughes had said, sad. Not berry pick, just burying your dad.